Good afternoon to our dear viewers. Welcome to today's news updates at 1 with me, Eunice Mutua. Now, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Martha Koome, has vowed to stay in office despite pressure from a section of senior lawyers in the country to have her and the entire bench of Supreme Court judges fired over allegations of gross misconduct. Speaking during the unveiling of the new Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, CEO Abdi Mohammed, Koome asserted that her reign as the president of the Supreme Court is constitutional and no amount of pressure will make her bow out. This comes a day after former LSK President Nelson Havi filed a petition wanting the judges to face a tribunal. Here is the report.
You asked me whether I would resign. I would also ask you, why would I resign? I have a tenure. I was appointed to serve for a tenure, and you have not given me reasons why you would want me to resign. So I think that is where I would leave the question. I think, unfortunately, we haven't received the petition. It's probably being processed there. We were there on the 7th and I didn't see it. So we need to tell Kenyans that you cannot pay for government services. You cannot pay for justice. You cannot pay for judicial services. You cannot pay a public officer because we are paid by the taxpayers to give the service.
Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki has stated that the government is on course to open 10 aggregation and industrial parks across counties by the end of the year. The DP was speaking while he held a meeting with the Council of Governors, where he revealed that the first cohort of the industrial parks was on the verge of completion. Kindiki also added that the government will construct access roads to ensure the process is not hitched.
This year, about between 6 and 10 of the CAIBs, all those issues I have said here, the three issues of the brick and mortar completion, the production issues and marketing issues will be resolved. We can actually commission between 6 and 10 CAIBs towards the end of this calendar year, 10 months from now, if we work on a daily basis. And that will be a huge score for both levels of government.
Tanzania's journalist and activist Maria Sarungi Tsehai, who was abducted in Nairobi on Sunday and later released after uproar from netizens, recounted her 4-hour ordeal at the hands of the abductors. Speaking with journalists, Sarungi states that she was choked and forced to reveal access code to her personal mobile phone before being abandoned in the middle of nowhere. Maria has been an active critic of the Tanzania's government led by Samia Suluhu Hassan.
A black van stopped in front of us, and suddenly, like out of the movie, I saw two individuals coming to both sides of the door. And then they were yelling at the driver. They were using some form of cloth. And what they were doing is they were putting the cloth on my nose and my mouth, and they were saying that you will not be able to breathe, so you have to shut up. But I was still fighting, and we were moving very fast. I told them, it's not possible, you're police, because you abducted me. And the guy on the left who was holding the handcuffs got very angry and pulled, because it was a very dark place. It was already dusk, and it was a rough road. So I walked until I got to what looked like a main road. This could have gone so wrong. There was a point in time when I was convinced that I was about to be taken across, and I knew the minute I crossed, you would never hear from me again. I'll become another poster.
This is a very dangerous precedent for Kenya, considering Kenya recently ascended to a seat in the UN Human Rights Council.
No investigation has been done, no investigation has been cleared, and we are not being told the people who are responsible.
On to other story. Health services were paralyzed in several hospitals countrywide as nurses downed their tools to protest what they termed as unfavorable working conditions. Counties which witnessed health services hiccups include Homa Bay, Kisii, and Bungoma, while the with the health workers vowing to proceed with the strike until their demands are fully met. The Kenya National Union of Nurses and the National Nurses Association of Kenya has given the government a 1-week ultimatum to address their concern, or they will kick off a nationwide strike on the 19th of January.
Nilikuja hospitali na mgonjwa, na huyo mgonjwa saa zingine hawezikani, hawezi hata kuunua mguu, na wananitoa nje nikuwe nje na mgonjwa. Sasa naweza kufanya namna gani na huyu mgonjwa yangu hawezi hata kubeba mkono?
Our strike has officially begun. We've written to the county of government to have our issues addressed. Issues ranging from one, failure of the county government of Homa Bay to honor and to fulfill a return to work agreement that we got into on January 2024.
We lack so many things, and we don't have things to help us assist you in serving you properly. That is, our working environment is not all that conducive to us.
And we are in it, and we are not turning back unless the county government start to engage us and implement the issues that we have raised.
Paka leo hii hakuna mtu ameita union kukaa chini waongee hiyo maneno. Wauguzi wasipokuwa kazini hakuna kitu kitaendelea hii county.
We want to urge the people of Bungoma to find services from other facilities, because we as nurses of Bungoma County, we are not going to offer our services until all our demands are met.
Solidarity forever.
A family from Orongo village in Kisumu East is appealing for justice after their 26-year-old son, who has been identified as Edward Otieno, succumbed to injuries sustained during a fight. The deceased was reportedly beaten following a dispute over a wheelbarrow that he took from a neighbor. The police have since confirmed that they are in pursuit of the suspect, who has since fled the village. Here is the story.
Wa hiyo nyumba alituambia alikuwa analala kitu kama saa 5, akasikia mtu anapigwa nje. Akatoka nje, akamuuliza kwa nini wampiga huyu kijana na hana maneno. Baadaye ndio sasa Edi wakamleta kwa hapa nyuma ya nyumba hapa kwao. Edi aliuliwa bure sababu hakuiba kitu cha mtu. Alichukua tu wheelbarrow yake. Kitu tunataka ni haki itendeke. Kijana mkubwa lakini utendeke. Muda patu ya shikwe.
Mtoto wangu alichinjwa kama kuku, mwili wake yote ilikuwa ni kisu. Ni kama ambao mtoto wangu alikuwa na deni lake mahali. Nikasema Mungu wangu, hata kama alikuwa na deni, si angeniambia nikalipa.
Villagers in Tanda Kitutu Chache North in Kisii County have razed down 3 houses of a suspect in the murder of an old man in the area. The family of the deceased, Davis Osero, laments that one of the suspects was a We are sorry for that technical glitch. Let's continue. Villagers in Entanda, Kitutu, Chache North in Kisii County have raised down 3 houses of a suspect in the murder of an old man in the area. The family of the deceased, David Osero, laments that one of the suspects who was acquitted should remain in prison until the trial is over. Marani Police Commander Emmanuel Rono has released a statement about the situation, saying the police and the court will ensure that justice is done.
Sisi Kenya tunasema kama familia ya chini sana. Naomba serikali tafadhali mtusaidie. Jaribu kuangalia ukweli wa ndugu yetu. Tuko na majonzi sana. Mtu kuuliwa ghafla na ni boma yake.
Akasema leo nitaua mmoja na akafunga viketi yake ya chini ni ya juu. Mahali watu wangetokea wakuje kusaidia ndugu yetu. Lakini aliweka vifuli, akafunga milango yote, akaanza kutuanga huyu ndugu yangu kama nyoka. Na mbona serikali hii ya Nyakongo huko Yoma, kwa nini ifuatilie hii maneno?
The file was presented to the ODPP Kisii, and upon perusal, the ODPP advised that Polycarp Osero was the one culpable for the murder of his father, and the wife Josephine, upon being there, was ordered that the ODPP said she be the witness to that incident.
Police officers from Konoin Station were faced with a difficult time after residents of Chemelet village who were armed with knives and shovels attacked them while they were trying to arrest one suspect who threatened to kill another. Police officers from Sotik and Bomet had to be reinforced to help their colleagues. In that incident, one person, Robert Cheriot, aged 29 years, was shot and killed. 2 brothers of the deceased burnt the house and property of the complainant, Bernard Kiprui. In addition, 2 houses caught fire and burned down following the commotion. Here is the story.
Mimi niko na huzuni sana. Sababu hawa maskari walikuja kwangu kwanza, wakapomoa nyumba wakaingia ndani. Nikaambia ni nini? Wakaniambia sisi ni askari. Nikaambia mbona mnakuja kwa lazima? Akatoa jembe kwanza. Nikakaa hivi kwa mlango alafu nisuie bwana yangu. Alikuwa anataka. Nikaona hivi nje kuna mwenye anatengeneza munduki. Nikaambia mbona msiue. Alikuwa anataka kukonga kwanza. Nikaambia msiue. Yaani hawa maskari hakukuja hata kushika mtu. Walikuwa wanakuja kuua tu.
Mwenye boma alitoka nje na mkuki na kupiga nduru akisema kuna wezi ya ng'ombe wamefingia kwa boma yake. Ndipo watoto wake wakatoka nje na silaha kufahamia maafisa ya polisi. Kitu ya ajabu ni kwamba maafisa walikuwa na gari ya polisi na walikuwa wamevaa sare rasmi ya polisi. Na kulikuwa na mwangaza ya kutosha mtu kuonekana na kujua hawa ni polisi na walio. Katika hizo harakati kijiji mzima iliamka na wakafahamia polisi, ndipo kuna maafisa kadhaa ambaye walijeruhiwa.
We have come to the end of our news updates today. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and remember, pride and arrogance attract Satan. Please, in this new year, spread love everywhere you go. I have been your host, Eunice Mutua. Do have a good afternoon. Go.